Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be talking about how to start a pre-order business. Now a pre-order business is like every other business, it's like every other dropshipping business, but in respect to pre-order, you will dropship these products from foreign countries, from directly from the factory or from the supplier. So how is pre-order being done? I'll be taking us step by step in this tutorial, in this particular video, on how to start this business as a novice with zero knowledge and zero capital. Pre-order business is very lucrative, and as well as it needs a lot of knowledge to be able to run the business successfully. If you don't have knowledge about pre-order business, you will likely be making a whole lot of mistake that is capable of sending you back to your village, but God forbid. So in this video I'll be talking about all of that here, and I will teach us step by step on how to get started. So what do? You look for products that solve people's problems, and then you begin to look out for people who will be interested to join you to complete the MOQ directly from the factory or from the supplier. For instance, you might want to buy kitchen gadgets or kitchenwares, or for example, you might want to buy blenders. All right, and then the factory is giving you blenders for with a very high MOQ, which means minimum order quantity. What you have to do is, since you cannot buy the whole 100 pieces of blender all by yourself because you are, in quotes, a mini importer, what you do is this: you have to look for people who will join you to complete the MOQ from the factory or from the supplier, and those people will be willing to join you to buy these blenders at the factory price. Now, where does pre-order as a business come in? For instance, you're giving a blender 100 pieces of blender at 200 RMB. That's an instance. At 200 RMB, what you do is this: you get people who will join you to complete the 100 pieces. That means these people are going to be paying you to purchase on their behalf. And again, you can add profits to it. That is why it's called a pre-order business, and it's very lucrative, right? So now you can be adding a good profit margin on those blenders, okay? And then when you're done, you ask the people who you have told about the blender to pay into your account. So you will be in turn paying directly to the supplier by yourself, or whatever means you want to do, whether you want to use a procurement agent or you want to buy directly by yourself and make payments directly to the supplier. So you are going to be making payments on behalf of these people, these 100 persons, or there are about 99 persons plus yourself, who will be buying, procuring this blender. So you have some profits on top, right? So you have, perhaps you added 2,000, 3,000, depends on the profit margin you want to use. Just imagine 2,000 times, for instance, 100 pieces of blender, or 3,000 times 100 pieces of blender. So just do the calculation. But interestingly, as lucrative as pre-order business is, pre-order business has angles or things you need to know to avoid in order not to be making a disastrous mistake in business, or mistakes that will crumble you. So these are the things you need to do when you start a pre-order group. The first thing you do is ensure you have a lawyer you work with. This lawyer will help you to draft out your modus operandi in your group. Remember, this is a business and not a charity organization. So you are going to be in charge of shipping fee, you are going to be in charge of everything, money disbursement. So you will need a lawyer who is going to help you write your modus operandi that will protect you and also protect your customer. What do I mean by that? For instance, you realize that sometimes when people pay you to buy them goods, they will, when it comes to paying shipping fee, they will be like, oh, you never told me, I had no idea. So you're going to be stating out everything on how your business operates, on how you source, how you're going to make payments to suppliers, You're going to be writing down all those things, and it is very important you have a lawyer backing, because some customers could be very, very funny. So it is important, if you can have a lawyer's backing, that would help you write your modus operandi. Okay. Then the second one is you create either a WhatsApp group or you create a Telegram group, but each other way, just have to create a platform where people will join, and then you have MOQs of different items you want to import completed, so that you can buy them as a group this time, and it will be cheaper, more affordable, and you will still make a lot of money. And remember, the rule is importation is you have to buy light goods. Okay, and remember, for you to make more money, it is important you run sea shipping, except you're importing things like jewelries are very light, and those extreme light goods, so you can ship those ones. Now, when you've created a platform where those people would all join you to complete the MOQ, which is minimum order quantity of each item. Once you're done with that, you move to the next section. You should have a corporate account, an account which is corporate. That is, if you can open one, it is advisable to do that, because along the line, the banks can easily grant you loans if you have a corporate account. So it's advisable for a starter, if you can create a corporate account, please go ahead and create one. In the long run, it's going to be doing your business so much good. So it is also advisable to register your business under CAC. That way you'll be able to generate a corporate name for your corporate accounts. The next you have to do is, when you're done buying, these goods are going to be shipped out. So you are going to be in charge of follow-up. You are going to be in charge of transit of your goods from the supplier to the cargo. You're going to also be checking your website, your shipping company's website, to see update or to track your goods. So these are the things you are going to be doing. So it's a whole lot of responsibility, regardless of the fact that it is a profitable business. Now, what do? Avoid these mistakes when you start a pre-order business. What are the mistakes? Sharing out shipping fee before your goods arrive. Why do you have to avoid sharing out your shipping fee before your goods arrive? You avoid this because sometimes before your goods arrive, the shipping costs must have increased, and which means that you will be affected greatly. If you go ahead, and because the shipping company has given you the kg of your goods and has given you the cost of their CBM or their kg or their per kg for your goods, you calculate and then you share out to your customers. Some of them will pay quite alright, some of them would not still pay immediately. But the truth is, before you go back to start telling your customers, oh, the cost of shipping has increased, you guys should add, or you all should try to make it up and add to amount to balance me for shipping fee, you will be on a very hot seat, because you have minimal when your goods arrive to sort it out and clear to avoid demurrage. So just wait for your goods to arrive and be sure that shipping fee has not inflated, especially in this economy we currently are in right now, where shipping fees skyrocket at any time. They go up, they inflate. So with this now, you would be avoiding a whole lot of headache for yourself by waiting for your goods to arrive. You clear it. Mistakes you should avoid. Again, if you're going to be starting a pre-order group, it's advisable to have a fallback fund. It could be in form of loan, it could be in form of family support, family members supporting you with funds, so that once your goods arrive, you will clear it off immediately. When you do this, it is not only protecting you from accruing demurrage and having missing goods, because the moment you leave your goods at a shipping cargo waiting for how long customers take to pay their shipping fee, you are going to be accruing more debt to yourself. And that is where I said, God forbid, you need to know what to do to avoid pre-order business sending you back to your village. So now you will pay once your goods arrive. I beg you, your goods come, clear them off to avoid demurrage and to avoid uh yes, to avoid accruing demurrage. Because once your goods go beyond the estimated days you're supposed to spend for your shipping fee to be paid, the cargo begins to count demurrage for you per day. And it depends on what you bought and the kg of what you ordered. Of course, if you have to do now to recover your shipping fee immediately, when your customers see that you have sorted out the shipping fee, they don't have to start asking you, when am I receiving my own? I've paid my shipping fee. Nobody would come and tell you, oh, I've paid my shipping fee. Why haven't I received my goods? You are going to be avoiding all the scenario of people beginning to see you as though you lack, as though you don't know what you're doing and you cannot be trustworthy. So in this scenario, you have to, before your goods arrive, please and please, if you just want to enjoy this business as lucrative as it is, make sure you have your shipping fee. Once the shipping fee the company sends you your charge, please just use that one for us to calculate and keep that amount aside. Okay, but if there's an inflation, it's easier for you to sort it out than when you've not paid at all your shipping fee at all. Those people, the longer it stays at the cargo, the more demurrage that creates for you. They don't mind it every day. Like if I 20 feet container, I land is 100k, they pay for demurrage per day. That is per day demurrage. So just imagine you are accruing that for over 6 months. Your goods are still at the cargo, they will just be counting it for you, and whenever you're ready to pay your shipping fee, you will still pay your shipping fee and pay the demurrage your goods have accrued over time. So I hope this helps someone out there today. When your customers see that their goods are out, you ask them to pay, and if they refuse to pay their shipping fee, of course the next step you should take to make sure that you remain in business and to make money, you are not running a charity organization. So what you do is, once the goods are out, you have to recover your money. If you took a loan from wherever, from family or friends, if you took a loan to pay the shipping fee, you will have to reimburse the people you collected money from. So what you quickly do is ask them to pay. If they delay to pay their shipping fee, you auction their goods. And when you auction their goods, because obviously if you still don't pay your shipping fee on time, at a point the shipping company will auction your goods and recover their money. All they want is their money. They don't care how much you bought those goods, it doesn't matter to them. But when they are ready, they will auction your goods at the wharf and people will buy them at a very affordable price. Okay, so to avoid all this scenario, when you have your goods ready and your customers still refuse, even after you must have cleared off the goods and brought them to your place, to your store or to your house, wherever, if that happens, you don't need to just keep shouting and talking, pay your shipping fee. No, you quickly auction them, make money. Once they run out of patience concerning your goods, they will auction them a modus of operation, which they have told you that, oh, once it's past its estimated time, your demurrage starts counting. But if you're lucky to have good cargo guys, like the guys in a shipping company are considerate, they might be waiving off your demurrage, or they might reduce your demurrage for you. So I hope this helps one of us out there to start a pre-order business today. So with that, you have a unified product. For instance, don't just pick products randomly. When you pick products randomly, make sure it gets to that MOQ, because that's you. For instance, you don't just mix up heavy and light goods when you're importing, okay? This would affect somehow your kg. So it is always the best interest. For instance, you run a pre-order group of everything from household to school, back to school, to kiddies wears, to a whole lot. So you do your best to separate those products individually. If you are importing a jewelry box, you just have to be a jewelry box in that sack. That way, it will give you the exact weight. Like, you will not be, but I thought it's only jewelry box, now why is it weighing this much? When you do that, you'll be able to ascertain this is the exact weight of what I bought, and you'll be paying an accurate shipping fee. That is if you are running a pre-order group. but you can mix up your products, whatever weights they are, if you're buying for yourself. But to run this pre-order group and for it to be profitable for you, you just have to separate each product accordingly. If you're buying children's school bags, it just has to be children's school bags for 100 customers in a particular carton. Okay, if you're buying blender, it just has to be blender in a particular carton. And then I'm going to be giving you an idea of how this works. When you do that, if customers, maybe you don't have anywhere to raise funds to clear your goods, and because all the items in that carton are all blenders, you can as well take the quantity of blenders that customer has paid for. For instance, you bought 100 blenders and your customers, you just have 30 persons that showed up and paid for their blenders. Yes, it is true that it is not in the best interest to open your goods in the cargo, so some of them don't get missing. But when you have good rapport and good understanding with the cargo companies, they would also, you will still have some that will look into your items for you. So you should have someone that should be willing to go to the cargo to do this for you, especially if you don't stay in Lagos, Nigeria. So you have to get across to the cargo. If that happens and you need to bring out your goods, don't bother, don't just panic, don't feel overwhelmed. You just go to the cargo and tell them that, look, because you know that in this particular carton you just have blenders alone, so you're not going to be having the complications of mixing people's item, right? So you just go tell them, oh, this I have so blenders here and 30 persons have paid this. Make sure you spell out your mode of operation, spell it out, because this is what binds you in business. It's what binds you and your customer together in your business transaction. So that way you'll be able to get those that have paid for their blender. But this can be very overwhelming, because if this continues, they will feel that they are being, as you buy goods, just ensure that you know the kg of your item you're buying and total kg. You should have a mental calculation of the cost of your shipping fee already, so that you can be able to raise the money. And remember, 3 months is quite some time to be able to raise your shipping fee, or rather to gather your shipping fee in readiness for your consignment when it arrives. So if you what you've been looking for, you found this video interesting and helpful, kindly give this video like, comment, share, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now, and love you guys.